You are staring at your bank account, and the number looking back at you feels nowhere close to $1 million. Maybe it is a few thousand, maybe it is less, and somewhere in the back of your mind, a quiet voice tells you people who reach seven figures must have started with connections, luck, or money you simply do not have. Here is the truth. Most self-made millionaires did not start with any of that. They started with a plan, and they followed it long after it stopped feeling exciting. The first shift has to happen in your mind before it ever happens in your bank account. Most people spend their entire lives trading time directly for money through a single paycheck. Millionaires eventually stop doing that. They build systems, investments, or businesses that earn money even while they are not actively working. This single shift, from trading hours to building assets, is the real starting line. Step 1 is closing the gap between what you earn and what you spend. This sounds simple, almost boring, but it is the foundation everything else stands on. If you earn more but spend every extra dollar immediately, that gap never widens, and without a gap, there is nothing left to invest. This does not mean living without joy. It means being intentional, so that a real percentage of every paycheck moves toward your future instead of disappearing into your present. Step 2 is understanding that saving alone will not get you to $1 million in a reasonable lifetime. Money sitting in a regular savings account barely grows faster than inflation eats it away. This is where investing enters the picture, not as a gamble, but as a long-term engine. Historically, diversified stock market investments have grown significantly over decades, and the earlier you start, the more time compound growth has to work in your favor. A 25-year-old investing steadily has a massive advantage over someone starting the exact same habit at 45, even with a smaller amount of money, simply because of extra decades of compounding. Step 3 is building more than one stream of income. Almost every self-made millionaire eventually has money coming from multiple directions at once. A primary job or business, investments in the stock market, sometimes real estate, sometimes a side business built around a skill they already had. No single stream needs to make you rich by itself. Together, they create both growth and protection. So one bad year in one area does not collapse your entire financial future. Step 4 is taking real, calculated risk at some point, because playing everything perfectly safe rarely produces extraordinary results. This does not mean reckless gambling. It means starting a business, investing in yourself through education or skills, or putting real money into assets with strong, long-term growth potential, even when the outcome is not guaranteed. Almost every meaningful jump in wealth involves a decision that felt uncomfortable the moment it was made. Step 5 is protecting your gains as seriously as you pursue growth. High income alone does not create millionaires. Many people earning enormous salaries still end up with almost nothing, because lifestyle inflation quietly consumes every raise before it can be invested. The people who actually reach seven figures are often disciplined about keeping their expenses far below their income, even as that income grows larger and larger. Step 6 is patience measured in years, not months. Building real wealth from nothing is rarely a fast story. Most self-made millionaires describe a slow, unremarkable middle section, sometimes lasting 10 or 15 years, where progress feels invisible, right before the compounding effects finally become obvious. The people who quit during this invisible middle stretch are the ones who never reach the end of the story. And finally, step 7 is reinvesting instead of only spending once success starts to appear. The first real profits from a business, the first solid investment returns, the first significant bonus. What you do with that early money often determines whether it becomes the seed of a much larger fortune or simply disappears into short-term comfort. So if you are that person staring at a bank account that feels nowhere close to $1 million right now, Here is what actually matters. Widen the gap between what you earn and what you spend. Invest that gap consistently instead of only saving it. Build more than one income stream over time. Take calculated risks instead of only safe ones. Protect your progress from lifestyle inflation. And give the entire process the one thing it actually requires more than anything else, which is enough years of consistency to let compounding do the heavy lifting for you. This script is for general education and motivation, not personalized financial advice, since actual investment outcomes vary and carry real risk.